Hey guys, welcome back to Cinetopical. Nate here again with the strangest of wangs. He's just happy that I call him that now.
Yeah.
So we got a top 5 for you guys today. Today we're doing top 5 favorite movie franchises. So why not give away a movie from a franchise as the digital download code? So we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 over here. So if you are familiar with us, you know how we give codes away. We're going to do it a little bit different this time because we want to give more people a chance to win. Huge thanks to those of you who have been really consistent. We really appreciate the reviews and the comments you guys have given us, but we want to try to expand a little bit. So what we're going to do for this giveaway, we want you to comment on the video. So we want you to go back to our last top 5, and there'll be a link above right here, and let us know what both of our number 3s were on the video. So what we're going to do is the first 5 people to comment the answer to that, we're going to put your name in a hat, and then the next video, we're going to draw a name out, and whoever gets it is going to win a free copy of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You have to be subscribed to the channel, and then comment what both of our number 3 was on this video. First 5 people to do it will get entered for the chance, and we'll just draw it out of a hat on our next video.
Yeah.
If you don't know how we do our top 5s, I'm going to let him tell you.
All right. So we go our 5 and 4, and then 5 and 4, or 2, 3, 2, 3, and then trade off our number 1s. If someone has a movie 2 spots up higher on their list, we call that just a Mechas rule. You direct it Back to the Future. So like Back to the Future 2, we'll say that for the future.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So who's going first?
You go first.
I'll go first. All right. So my number 5 are my 5th favorite movie franchise. I just went with the entire MCU because that's all one big franchise, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Most definitely.
right. So I am sort of in the same boat as you. I'm kind of getting a little tired of it.
The fatigue is real.
It's been around for a hot minute. Infinity War was really good.
That's fine.
And I'm really excited for the second part. If they stopped after that, I wouldn't care. But other than The Incredible Hulk, which I don't think is quite as bad as everyone says it is, but it's still like not super great, right? The Thor 1 and 2, not so good.
That's fine.
Iron Man 2 is pretty bad. Iron Man 3 is very meh. But other than that,
Depending on your personality.
But other than that, all the movies are pretty, like, they're good movies. They're very good movies. And, like, we love superheroes, or love them a little more before the MCU existed, honestly. But,
like, basically how we feel about the MCU is you're like Iron Man. You show up whenever you can. Whenever they need you, you show up. Me, I'm like Dave Bautista. I don't want to be here, but I'm here. Because if I don't, it's going to get spoiled on the internet. So
that's true. Yeah. So as a whole, MCU, 5th favorite movie franchise. My number 4 is going to be Lord of the Rings.
The Tolkien trilogy, the whole Tolkien universe, or just Lord?
The whole universe. So I've seen the Hobbit movies recently. They're okay. They're not terrible.
Are they short?
But they're nothing to what the Tridge, if you will, is. So I freaking love these movies. I love the themes that are discussed. So like growing up in like a Christian home and still being a Christian, being able to look at like how subtle they weave like gospel elements into these like fantastical characters, and even like outside of that, just like good values in general, like the friendships that exist inside that universe are beautiful, and like how well some people care for each other, and like the warnings of like not keeping yourself in check.
I thought this was on your list because you look like a bearded Gollum, but go with my number 5. It's kind of a cheat. Alien vs. Predator franchise. I like the first couple Alien movies. I like the first Predator movie. This Predator movie doesn't look too bad. And I was just like, I've gone deeper into it in like the past like year and a half. Like going, what does this comic book say about the Predators? Learning about the comics and stuff. Like the movies made me go deeper into the source material that's been created for them. So that's why it's my number 5. If they're movies, if we're talking baseball, the films are batting 500, you know?
Sure.
They have some good ones. They have
it's fine.
But on number 4, a little bit older, a lot older, the Universal monster films from the 30s.
Okay.
I grew up watching these in 1999 and the early 2000s, and just have really fond memories of them. How the first franchise, I guess. Don't quote me on that.
I won't, because I'm still not convinced that that's a franchise, but go ahead.
Yeah, because you have the singular, you have Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, and then in the later films, you got the Wolfman meets Frankenstein, Dracula meets Frankenstein.
You can have it.
Well, I'm taking it. There's no I can have it. It's a franchise.
Okay.
It's a classic franchise.
You know what else is classic? Stretch Armstrong.
Didn't that guy ride bicycles? But yeah. So like, you just get like a
No, he landed on the moon.
different flavor with every film, and they're really well made films, and like they put money into them, so they still kind of hold up today. I watched Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde last week, and the special effects aren't half bad for a movie made in the 1930s. So
Nice.
that's my number 4.
Fair.
And I love the Sorcerer so much, you can make fun of it, and it will be a great movie. Hence, Young Frankenstein. I love that movie.
No, it's a great movie.
It's playing on the tropes of those movies. So, I love everything about those movies, even when you make fun of them.
Yeah, for sure. They also, like, kind of set us up for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and they're not scary, which is a huge mark in the plus column for me.
Yeah, same. Same for sure. My number 3, potential Zemeckis. No, probably not. No, it's not. I know what your number 1 is. This is probably going to be your number 2. Maybe it's not on your list. It's Indiana Jones.
No.
It's not on your list?
No.
Why?
It's not on my list.
No, that's weird, because
I want a little diversity.
it has 2 of the best movies of all time.
Aliens and Predators on there.
Easily 2 of the best movies of all
Which
time.
is also 2 of the best movies of all time. Alien and Predator.
But they're not in the same league as Raiders and Last Crusade.
Hey, you're making a list top 100. All 4 of those films are on there, in my opinion.
A freaking 100 movies. Anyways.
You said sure, I win.
I kind of already made my point. Raiders, Last Crusade. 2 of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
Spielberg is a freaking genius. We'll let the 4th one slide. One of my favorite movie characters of all time.
Yeah.
He's freaking great.
Great guy.
And I like Temple of Doom.
Once.
Temple of Doom is also good too. It's just not as good as the other 2.
Yeah, I like how pulpy it is.
It's the best secret sequel.
Yeah.
Which not really, like it tells you in the beginning of the movie, like when the time frame is, but like
Yeah.
it's the there's so many people that still don't know that that's a prequel.
Yeah, and even that one is very memorable. You know, you have characters like Short Round.
It's very like
the villain.
Yeah.
Him holding up the heart.
Yeah.
Very iconic moment in the film.
Hot babe trapped in a cage.
Ooh. I think I saw a couple of those in your basement.
Number 2 is Harry Potter.
Not on my list either.
I didn't expect that one to be.
I haven't seen them enough, but I do enjoy the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, like, much like many people my age, Harry Potter just has like that super special place, you know. Like, I'll take people on a Harry Potter trivia any day. Yeah. Like, I love,
especially when you got a whole Harry Potter piece and dedicated to them.
Yeah, it's true. My entire back. Just one big like Hogwarts symbol. It's not.
Yeah.
Similar to the Lord of the Rings, the themes in these movies are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like self-accountability and like, but also learning like when to rely on your friends without expecting them to take more of your problems than is their responsibility. Really complex characters. Like by the end of these movies, there are very few characters that were just purely good. Like you find flaws in almost everyone. Except Harry's mom, because she's perfect.
And dead.
And also dead. But maybe if she lived longer, she would have done something bad. But she didn't. She literally sacrificed herself to save her son's life.
Yeah, piggybacking off of your point how well they flow. Like, in the beginning, you get like a Spielberg-type film, how fun it is. And they just slowly go into the more serious tones.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
I love that.
Yeah, they do a perfect job of starting these films off just so lighthearted and adventurous when they're still kids, and just progressively get like, I mean, once Goblet of Fire hits, like it gets dark real quick, but like still the progression.
Yeah,
because like you can feel in their world the weight that all this stuff is carrying, and that's like
that makes each movie fresh,
but it's very engaging.
It's fresh. It's different from the last one.
They're not afraid to kill off key characters, like
and not bring them back alive.
Yeah,
it also has Helen Bonham Carter in it.
It's true. Yeah.
If you're watching this, call me.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is back to back, like the Lethal Weapon cover, which is 3, not 1 Drake, but Lethal Weapon. I fucking love these movies. A staple in the Wang household growing up. Watching the first one, I love the first one.
Papa Wang loves some Lethal Weapon.
He does love some Lethal Weapon. The second one, you introduce Pesci, and I love Joe Pesci as Leo gets. What a great character name. And you just go deeper into their relationship in the third and fourth one, and then you learn about their families. Like, you just grow to love all of them, and that's why I love the franchise. Number 2 is going to be Planet of the Apes. I love this franchise. Easily my favorite science fiction franchise of all time. There's a lot of those. But in the first one, you have a iconic piece of film history with one of the biggest twists of all time. The second one is it gets a little strange, like my name. And then you just have like these like weird pulpy one where like the apes go back in time and like it's talking about race. They all talk about like race and stuff, and they all have hidden meanings behind them. So like you used to get like a bunch of fun after the first one. Of course, you get a bunch of fun 70B movies, and then you get the last one where it's the War of the Planet of the Apes basically, and like you see some apes kicking ass. So that one's a fun one. You just have a bunch of fun movies, and the first one being one of the greatest films of all time. And then in the early part of the 2010s, right? Yeah, I won't say sure. We get this whole brand new one, and they're well thought out. They're totally different from the source material they came from. They're CGI, so you can do more stuff with them. And it's a slow burn to the end, and they're all great, all well thought out. You get different characters in each one. The first one has Franco in it, and then you have John Connor from Terminator Genisys in the second one, and then you have one of the greatest actors of all time, Woody Harrelson, in the third one as a bad guy.
I love him.
Like, you just have a whole bunch of different dynamics, so every movie's fresh. You got them working with the humans, you got them being taken care of by the humans and abused by the humans, and at the last one, the big finale, you just have them fighting humans in a war.
All right, before we go, agree not to argue.
Agree not to argue.
We're just going to talk about them and say what we love about them.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on to the end of the video.
I'm editing video, so if I see any eye rolls.
My number 1 is Star Wars.
Yeah.
We all knew that. I think like a consistent theme for things that I love in movies is their themes. Obviously, like I like things with depth and substance. And Star Wars, pretty much any theme that there is, it touches on. I mean, it touches on slavery. It touches on poverty. It touches on the fact that, like, if you are born in shitty beginnings, you can become something greater. Like, it was a little too easy for them because they just happened to be chosen ones. But, like, even if you look at
Han.
Han. Well, yeah, we have Solo now. It's great. Jyn Erso. Like, it also shows, hey, like, don't put up with bullshit. Like, fight oppression. And, like, I love the characters. It gave me my favorite movie character of all time in Han Solo. The ultimate badass. The ultimate smooth talker.
I thought you were going to say Greedo.
Greedo?
Yeah, him too.
Guido is like a...
That was my cousin.
So, you cannot deny the influence that these movies have had on the movie universe. Like, they put so many things into motion that would not exist if those movies had not come before them. They are phenomenal examples of storytelling. They are phenomenal examples of, like, really kind of what I talked about with the other ones. It's like when you take responsibility for your own shit and when you rely on other people to help you, right? Plus, like, for me watching them as a little kid, there's just such this sense, like, I can't tell you how many hours I spent, like, pretending to fly an X-Wing or, like, fight somebody with a lightsaber or, like, any of that crazy stuff, So it just invokes a lot of imagination. The creativity that goes into that world building, which is excellent world building, is phenomenal. I fucking love Star Wars.
I guess we'll end it on that. Yeah. And my number one is Rocky. If you watch Channel for a while, you know we argue about this all the time when it comes to film franchises. So basically everything he said about his movie I could say about mine. As a young child, I can't tell you how many times I was in the mirror fighting.
Shadow boxing?
Yeah, shadow boxing with Apollo Creed. You know? Like, growing up watching these movies and then coming into my young adult life and seeing the themes in them about real life situations. Like, if you don't handle your money right, this is what's going to happen to you, you know? If you don't deal with relationships, problems, they will keep happening. If you don't deal with this, you don't deal with that. At the root of it all, Rocky's just a really good person. And you followed him through his life, growing up in poverty, you making it be rich, and then you go off into the 2010s and see Creed come out.
So good.
And see that relationship. There's so many dynamics to this franchise, whether it's with his wife, his son, Paulie, or his frenemy in Apollo Creed, or someone he doesn't even like Clubber Lang, or I love those movies. Love them.
So there you have it. Those are our top 5 favorite movie franchises of all time. Let us guys know what yours are down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like, comment. We really appreciate it. See you next time.
I mean, if I was you, I'd feel some type of way too. Like, damn, why does he keep winning year after year? He's still on all the biggest mixtapes. When's he gonna stop?
My niggas been stunting since way back when. CNN, I got news for you haters.